Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. Have y'all ever heard of the boiled egg test? Me neither. And y'all gonna want to stick around for this one. Suge Knight has a podcast that he podcasts from jail. And he's dropping a bombshell about what goes on in Hollywood behind closed doors. Preferably with Diddy. And we about to get into it, y'all. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
It's called the boiled egg test. If you take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up.
I didn't make it happen and Puffy didn't make it happen.
Wow.
One night I was at my house and Puffy's son was over about like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, cuz, what time you going home? And he like, I'm spending the night.
You know,
Y'all let me know if y'all think Snoop Dogg got boiled egg energy.
really gotta have a real conversation with Snoop.
Yeah. Oh,
The Snoop Dogg edition. Me style, boy.
Hold on, shit. Hold on. I got you.
Go ahead. Lock out on there. Oh, he locked out on him like that? Oh, he locked. See, that step he's locking right there. That's locking. That's called pop locking. That's locking right there.
So Suge Knight is back at it again, being messy, and this time he
I ain't gonna lie, that was impressive. Little nigga dance, man.
did a live interview with Chris Cuomo where he targeted everyone from Jay-Z and Dr. Dre to Snoop Dogg for staying silent on those allegations against Diddy. And it looks like Suge has a particular grudge against Snoop, claiming he's the one who set him up and turned his back on death row. According to Suge, all these people knew all along about Diddy's alleged criminal activities and either turned a blind eye or directly enabled Diddy. And then when it comes to Snoop, Suge is saying Snoop still has a lot of explaining to do about the murder of Tupac Shakur. Child, Suge is stirring the pot with this one, but is he just running his mouth to be messy, or is there some real truth to his claims about Snoop and the others? Let's break it down.
And see, they do these things to take control. They're not doing, there's nothing wrong with being gay. If you choose to be gay, that's your preference. But they doing this to people for control. It's a power situation.
So Suge Knight just dropped a bombshell during a live interview with Chris Cuomo, straight from prison. And he didn't just throw shade, he threw the whole tree. Suge is claiming Diddy isn't the only one in the industry who's been forcing younger artists into humiliating situations behind closed doors. And he talked about how all these shady practices have been going on in the music industry for decades.
Puffy didn't react or get where he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true, what's not true. Only true part about it is videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it being happy and proud and say what do people think, that's irrelevant.
So Suge,
It's just like I heard earlier today when Ray J was talking to TMZ.
mm-hmm.
I got love for Harvey, but I see Charles always got something negative to say when it comes to West Coast.
Hey, shout out to everybody who been donating to the Cash App. Rosalind, Hugo, Just, Stu, Talitha. Yeah, shout out to y'all. And Raymond Lopez, Gina, and Mary. Yeah, shout out to y'all for donating to the Cash App. Truly appreciate it. You know what I mean? Let's continue, y'all.
Coast people. And Charles tried to make a reference to say that, how do I feel when I'm in prison? Yeah, I'm in prison. I guarantee you I'm free more than Charles. If I feel like sleeping to 5 o'clock, I want to sleep 12 hours a day, I can.
Sure.
But besides all that, the fact is, it's not no competition who's going to talk the loudest or talk the best. it's not something positive that can help anybody, I don't get on no platforms unless it be something positive. If it ain't positive.
Cuomo then asks Suge if he thinks Diddy is the Black Epstein, and if that's the reason so many celebs who used to roll with Diddy are suddenly as quiet as church mouses. And listen.
Also, I got a TikTok collage of, getting those other executives and producers out there that's in Hollywood. It ain't just Puff, you know what I'm saying? I got that coming too.
Suge wasted no time spilling the tea. He straight up started dropping names, claiming that some major players in the music industry, including Diddy's former mentors, were the ones who put Diddy on game and taught him how to run his whole operation.
I got him.
Well, first of all, you got to start with the top. You starting with the top. Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Arell, Jimmy Iovine. Even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing. He went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy. Let's think about what they see. Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this and even if you wipe it off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one.
Right.
They got all the tapes. They got
Now,
all
when
the
you talk
videos.
about the tapes,
Now, notice they always mute when somebody say Clyde Davis. They always mute his name. I don't know why. Do anybody know why that is? Let's get it.
This been going on for a long time.
Now, when it comes to those tapes and what exactly they show, Suge talked about how these industry men used to do something called the boiled egg test and did some nasty things to young artists as a way of recruiting them for the freak offs.
You know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test. I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg.
Yeah.
They have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up there. The eggs break. They say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood.
Dang.
So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second,
But
Suge.
if you just look.
Suge,
All you got to do is watch.
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any Puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry. Not for the people who don't get in. So, everybody, you got to look at it like this. When you see a beautiful woman or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, if they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. If you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time before they had the teeth fixed.
He got to be talking about Puff because back in the day, Puff had that horse mouth, boy. I'm telling you. So you know when people get that newfound, you know what they think is handsome or whatever, they get carried away. The Puff grill used to be, oh man, he had a horse mouth for real.
And lipsticks and nose sticks, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young men with no confidence.
Yep.
Because they've been that way all their life.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, if you look at Puffy old pictures, don't look nothing like his new pictures. You know, shit, they didn't do everything.
But Suge, just because he
has... Bro, I ain't even see that, bro. But I was thinking the same thing before. I was like, yo, Puffy don't look like he used to. Like, he looked like one of them dudes with, like, whatever the word is. I can't think of it now. But, yeah, we gonna continue. I'm talking too much, No confidence. That's what I meant to say. No confidence. Let's get it, y'all.
It's plastic surgery.
And then Suge took it a step further and started naming all the rappers from Jay-Z to Snoop Dogg, claiming that each and every one of them knew exactly what Diddy was up to. And that's why they're all staying silent now.
I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him.
You're right. Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective.
Suge then tried to get the media to focus on those above Diddy because all this mess didn't start with Diddy, and it won't end with him either.
Most important thing is there's got to be a solution, because this has been going on in the industry for a whole years, for decades. And at the same time, you know, nobody wants it to be true, and it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it, history will constantly
repeat itself. Now, Suge, you said something early on that I want to get clarification for the audience. Suge, you said early on, you can't just look at Diddy in isolation. You said this was done to him. He learned from others, and it was done to him, and then he did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about situations, you know, hurt people, that someone was sexual, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting?
Just like how Usher allegedly brought Justin Bieber to Puff Daddy. Usher was, you know what I'm saying? Usher was allegedly done the same way.
About Sean Combs, that he was sexual abused and he now said.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think
it's a domino effect.
What was done to him. And like I said, if you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rail, you know the truth. Davis, you know the truth.
Why they blank out his name?
You know the truth. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from the ceiling or dead before the truth come out.
I mean, I know Suge isn't exactly the most reliable witness, but you have to admit he's on to something here, because it's pretty clear Diddy had to learn the ropes from someone. And remember, Diddy was only 24 when he started Bad Boy Records after Andre Harrell fired him from Uptown. Back then, Diddy didn't have the money or the influence to do something like that on his own.
They blank out his face and everything. What's up with this? Like, what's up with that?
And those who mentored him and helped him build his empire, well, you better believe they didn't do it for free. Okay, now let's switch gears and talk about Snoop Dogg, because Suge recently made some explosive claims about Snoop's alleged role in Tupac's murder. So during a recent episode of his prison podcast, Collect Call with Suge Knight, Suge started questioning Snoop Dogg's rumored involvement in Tupac's death. And he said that Snoop has some serious explaining to do, especially when it comes to what really went down during Tupac's last days. Suge dropped some hints that Snoop might have been playing both sides back in the day, and suggested that Snoop was a little too quiet for someone who was supposed to be Tupac's friend. Suge even made it sound like Snoop might have been in on something shady, talking about how Snoop and Pac had tension in the months leading up to Pac's murder. Remember, Snoop was distancing himself from the whole death row beef at the time, and Suge's comments make it sound like he believes Snoop was pulling strings behind the scenes. But it gets even messier. Suge said that he actually wants to sit down with Snoop for a real heart-to-heart because there's unfinished business between them. And let's not forget, Suge has been hinting for years that certain people in the West Coast rap game weren't as loyal to Tupac as they claimed to have been.
And I knew that Pac did everything right by him by putting him on All Eyes on Me, speaking about him and being real with him. And if it's true what they say,
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Man, what kind of punishment is that? You get your own podcast in prison. Yo, we spoiled as hell in America, man. I don't want to hear about nobody doing bad and all, bro. We spoiled, man. Get free food everywhere, man.
Face to face is going to be a lot of explaining to do.
But Suge didn't stop there. He reminded everyone that he's known Snoop for years and even brought up how he was the one who fronted the money for Snoop's bail during that case way back in the day. Suge's basically saying that Snoop owes him big time. And now it seems like he's throwing that back in Snoop's face, implying that Snoop turned his back on him after everything Suge did for him.
I've been doing that young dude a long time. He ain't young no more, but I've been doing it since he was a young man. And I did everything in my power to make sure he kept his freedom.
And then Suge also brought up something Warren G recently shared on Drink Champs. According to Warren, on the night Tupac was killed in '96, he convinced Snoop to stay in LA instead of rolling with Pac and Suge to Vegas. Warren spilled all the details about what went down before they got the devastating news about Pac getting shot. He revealed that Snoop was actually planning to head to Vegas with them for the Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon fight on September 7th, 1996. But at the last minute, Warren talked Snoop into ditching those plans and chilling with him in LA instead.
He came for the fight instead of going to Vegas.
So he never went to Vegas?
He never went to Vegas. He didn't go off top.
But then Warren dropped something that really caught Suge's attention and said he and Snoop found out about Tupac getting shot through a live update via a Nextel walkie-talkie while they were chilling at Warren's crib in LA. And Suge found it super suspicious that Snoop was even carrying a walkie-talkie that night, because why did Snoop have one on him at that exact moment, right when the news about Tupac came through? So basically, Suge is implying that Snoop might have had some inside info about the hit on Pac, and he knew it was going down that night.
Dang. Only way you would have a radio if you was at the fight with us and you had a security detail.
Introducing the one and only.
Now, not having a security detail. What are you doing with the radio?
But Suge didn't stop there either. He also claimed that Snoop and former death row artist Daz Dillinger actually teamed up on a track with DeAndre Smith, the man Suge is now accusing of being Tupac's alleged. And it doesn't end there. Suge spilled that Snoop straight up warned Daz not to head to Vegas on the night of September 7th, 1996, the same night Pac got shot. Then Suge hit us with another bombshell, calling out Snoop for lying about the hospital visit after Tupac was shot. Snoop had always said that he got kicked out of the hospital trying to see Pac, but according to Suge, that never happened, and Snoop never even showed up at the hospital, not once. So right now, the main suspect in Tupac's murder is Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, the same guy who previously claimed that Diddy allegedly offered the Southside Crips $1 million to take out both Suge and Pac. Keefe has pleaded not guilty, and his trial is set for next month. But now, with Suge trying to throw Snoop in the mix before Keefe's trial even starts, the hip-hop community is split. On one side, people are saying Suge's not exactly known for being truthful, so can we really trust what he's saying? But then again, others are pointing out how sketchy it was that Tupac cut ties with Snoop just before he was killed. One fan said, "I believe Snoop and Puff know more about Tupac's murder than they ever told us." And someone else added, "Snoop, you've been really quiet. Too quiet. It's a matter of short time, dog." Well, what's your take on all these claims from Suge? How do you feel about what he said in that interview with Cuomo about Diddy's mentors? And do you think there's any truth to his allegations about Snoop being involved in Tupac's murder?
Do y'all think Snoop was jealous of Pac? I have heard Suge Knight said that Snoop Dogg was jealous of Pac because all the fans wanted to take pictures with Pac, and you know everybody else, they ain't want to really mess with him. Everybody wanted to be around Pac, take pictures with him. They wanted his autograph. If he wasn't around them, everybody be questioning him like, "Yo, where Pac at? We don't want to see y'all motherfuckers." But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the video, man. It's getting deeper and deeper, y'all. It's getting deeper and deeper. Pause. But yeah, Big Kish signing out. Thank y'all for all y'all that donated to the Cash App too. I meant to do it in the beginning of the video, but you know, I had to do it in the middle. But yeah, I'm gone, y'all.